Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about what the MCU should do, in my opinion, on with the Black Panther character moving forward. As you know, Chadwick Boseman passed away with colon cancer this past Friday, and it caught everybody by surprise. He was 43 years old. Um, it was really tragic and shocking when I read it. I literally saw it as soon as my New Mutants review was uploaded to YouTube that night, and I noticed his name was trending, and under it, I took a second glance at it. It took me a second glance to realize R.I.P. was under his name, and I was shocked and caught off guard like anybody else. My condolences to his friends and family, or family and friends, of course, and acquaintances, anybody that knew him personally. It's never, you never want to know when something like this happens. My grandfather actually passed away from colon cancer back in 2015. So, um, yeah, I remember the last final days of my grandfather's time. Uh, Thankfully, uh, maybe thankfully, I got to see him the day before he passed. So um, it's the good times we always cherish with those we love. And obviously, it's a genetic thing. So, both sides of my family have had a history of colon cancer. So, all I gotta say on that is if you know that your family has had colon cancer, especially if it's both sides of your family has a history of it, go and get checked if you can, because it's something that could, cancer will catch you on guard, off guard anytime. So if you can catch it early, that is always the best case. Then it's the easiest to get rid of. Don't wait until it's too late. So that's all I'll say on the matter. Um, so as this caught the world off guard, um, it did make myself and of course other fans for sure have thought of this, and I've seen the question being thrown around. As soon as it was announced that he passed away, Shuri was the character of Black Panther's sister was even trending, and people asking, should Shuri pick up the mantle of Black Panther? And I didn't want to do the video at the time because it didn't feel appropriate. I feel now that we've had 3 4 days to to grieve. You know, everybody grieves differently. I feel I can do this video now. Now, some people might be wondering, David, how come you didn't do a video when he passed away? Because there have been times where an actor has passed away, and I've done a little tribute video to them, giving them my own little words. The thing with Chadwick Boseman is, I'm going to admit, other than the MCU films, I haven't really seen a lot of his other films all around. I did see a little bit of 42, and I remember really liking it. And I actually, the day after I learned that he passed away, the next day, um, I watched the movie Marshall, which was a really good movie. It was on Netflix, so I decided to check it out. My list of his will grow in time as I learn other movies. I've heard another one where he plays James Brown, Get On Up, which I'm going to check out eventually. So it's on my watch list. So there you go. So as for Black Panther himself, I wanted to do this video on what I think they should do with the character moving forward, because a lot of people think Shuri should take over as the new Black Panther, and it does happen in the comics, I'll admit, but it's not a direction that I think they should go, or at least not yet. Um, I think it would be wise to recast. And some people I know won't like that idea. Oh, they should keep it as Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, and that's it. But let's remember, these are characters that have an everlasting impact. They will be here before we were born. They'll be here after we're born, or after we're gone, I should say. Batman Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk. These are characters that have been played by many actors. And to me, Black Panther is one of those characters. You know, Superman was the first character ever created. That doesn't mean Christopher Reeve or George Reeves should be the only actor to portray that character. If we said that, then Henry Cavill or Tom Welling or I don't want to say Dean Cain because he's an asshole now. But I don't, Christian Bale wouldn't have played Batman if we said Adam West was the only one who should play Batman. Many different actors deserve a shot at these characters. Now, some people at the time when the Christopher Nolan movies were being made, Heath Ledger passed away and people said they should keep the Joker out. And for the most part, they did. The difference here is Nolan was making a self-contained trilogy. The MCU could go on for as long as they want. And because of the way that universe is structured, it would be difficult to recast, or it would be difficult to say T'Challa left Wakanda despite the fact that he was king. It would make the character seem like, so he obtained his position to be king and wanted to step down, to go search the world? That doesn't seem like something T'Challa would do. He knows that his rightful place is king of Wakanda, and I don't think writing him out the way fans think he should be written out would be appropriate for, or would be the right motive for that character. For me, anyways, I just feel he wouldn't step down as king. Maybe he would. I mean, he did get wiped away and then was brought back. Maybe he wants to live life, and because he saw how that was. But even if you do write him out that way in some way, you would still need the character there to pass the suit to his sister. I would say whatever Marvel has planned with the character, they should stick with it and have an actor come in and take up that mantle and carry the torch for Chadwick Boseman rather than lay it to rest. I think they should be inspired from what he started, add a little bit of their own, but help carry that character into the next phase. Speaking of the next phase, now that this is a new phase, now that the Infinity Saga is done, which is perfect because that means he gave us 4 great films in the Infinity Saga. He gave us Captain America Civil War, which was his debut. He gave us a solo film, Black Panther, and he gave us Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. And that scene at Endgame with the portals, he's the first one to come out. That's going to bring a lot of tears and joy to us all when we see him come out of that portal. I think it's the perfect time to recast, if anything. This gives the director, Ryan Coogler, or the producers like Kevin Feige a chance to start fresh in an all-new phase. So I actually think now's an okay time to recast somebody new. It wouldn't be the first time they recasted a character. Don Cheadle replaced Terrence Howard, and Mark Ruffalo replaced Edward Norton. So it wouldn't be the first time. And if people say, well, that's a different scenario, David. Those actors weren't replaced. They were difficult to work with or whatever. Well, then I was listening to another YouTube channel. They said Dumbledore as a great example. Richard Harris passed away after the second Harry Potter movie. And moving on to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, they casted Michael Gambon in the role, who didn't play it exactly the way Richard Harris played it. He played it a different way, and it still worked. And personally, I thought Michael Gambon was actually a little bit better than Richard Harris. I felt he had more weight to his character. And I'm not saying that the actor who would replace Chadwick Boseman would be better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that at least someone was there to carry on that role for Richard Harris. Because they needed that character for the story. And if they need Black Panther, T'Challa, for continuing the MCU story in this next phase, then they shouldn't change those plans. You don't put Dumbledore to rest just because Richard Harris passed away. You continue on the legacy of that character for the importance he can play down the road. And you know, it's a tough subject, and obviously this is not for me to decide. This is for Disney to decide, as well as Ryan Coogler and anybody and Marvel, anybody involved with the project. This is for them to decide. And I'm gonna say this now: this is not an easy thing to decide. It's a difficult challenge ahead of them, because no matter which way you take it, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be upset with the situation, and rightfully so. I mean, it's not easy. And look, Chadwick Boseman, he did the best work he did in the MCU. I loved Black Panther. I loved his take in it in Civil War when he was introduced. That's the reason I went to go see Black Panther. Plus, I love the MCU, and you know, it was great seeing him pop back up in Infinity War and Endgame, and he gave us four great movies that he's in. So that's all we could ask, and that's what will make the Infinity War saga that much special. But be a little open, I would say, to the idea of somebody else taking over, because who knows who else is out there that could carry the torch for him. And I'm sure they'll pay some sort of respect to him at the same time. I'm very sure of it, especially seeing how highly people have spoken about him these last couple of days. So, with that being said, guys, until next time, take care.